Welcome to another live episode of SmackDown Podcast, where we're going to be talking everything SmackDown. Now, I can't compare if I think Raw or SmackDown's better because they've both been as close as each other. Because I said in my previous show that Raw has improved big time. But let's go and devolve into the show a bit. We had AJ Styles was interrupted by James Ellsworth apology. You know, following what happened last week when Ellsworth cost Dean Ambrose the match by, I don't even know what they call it, no chin music or whatever they call it, no chin sweet music, where he hits AJ Styles. AJ Styles goes down, the ref sees it and disqualifies Dean Ambrose. But he got in between, after he tried to apologise, he got in between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. And AJ Styles shoved him into Ambrose. And yeah. I don't know if I'm enjoying the Ellsworth stuff or if I'm getting bored of it, to be honest, because I think I'm getting a little bit bored. You know, if it's done the wrong way and it keeps going like that, we're going to hear this. If we're going to see another AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose match, the match is going to end up being... Not saying they put on a boring match. They do put on a good, high-quality match. But when you repeat the same match over and over again, it's going to get a bit stale. It's going to get boring. And people are going to sort of lose interest in it. And I think that will be the major problem. Yeah, because I think I've had enough of Dean. I want to see AJ Styles fight someone new. We had a match between Randy Orton and Kane, which I don't... What I think what's going to happen is Randy Orton are going to be part of the Wyatts, and then suddenly turn on them and take them down. I think he's going to join them to sort of backstab them. You know, to get to learn how the Wyatts run and how they function together to then destabilise them. I think that's the way he's going to go, because I can't legitimately see Orton actually be part of the Wyatt family, because to me he doesn't suit that criteria. I don't feel he would fit in. But that's my personal opinion. That's what I think. You know, like I said, you can always put in the comments your opinion, what you think as well, because we like to hear your views, because this show is about you. It's about the fans. And we saw the Wyatts attack Kane as well, and then hitting the RKO and yeah, just normal stuff. After that we saw Alexa Bliss and Carmella, that's the one, against Becky Lynch and Nikki. It was a good match. Alexa Bliss and Carmella got the victory in the end. That's all I can say. It was a good match. We saw American Alpha take on the Spirit Card. And the winner becomes a tag team in the elimination qualifiers. So they go for be in the Survivor Series match. You knew American Alpha was going to win this. You knew they wouldn't put the Spirit Squad over. Bit predictable, but it was a quick match. It was nothing spectacular. Now, the Miz TV with Daniel Bryan was absolutely amazing. for me anyway. I thought it was brilliant. I'll get my tongue twisted. Sorry, peeps. I thought it was brilliantly well done. For me at the minute, I think the Miz is on fire. It was. I can't use enough words how good it was. You know, both promos were on point. It was, you know, and the way this was portrayed, it made me believe that there's a possibility that there could be the Miz taking on Daniel Bryan. You know, because the Miz was miffed that he's not in the Survivor Series team taking on Raw. But I don't want to say too much about it because I want people to go and watch it because it was that damn good. We saw Dolph Ziggler call out anybody to challenge for the title. And it had to be Kurt Hawkins.
That's awful. That's awful.
It really was that.
That's awful. That's awful.
It was really bad. Because it made Kurt Hawkins look weak. The match was over so quick. You know, super kick, boom, on the floor, pin, done. Didn't enjoy it. I'd rather, you know, it just seemed like Kurt Hawkins is there to be the jobber. Another match I didn't really like. I liked that the headbangers are on SmackDown, but I'm not really liking the way they just used his jobbers. You know, the Usos got the victory to go through the next part into the Survivor Series tag team. Oh God. Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. They're doing this match again. And there's going to be another match for the title. There's going to be another match for the title. It's going to be another match for the title. Why do they have to keep repeating matches? It's like, I'm getting sick of it. I enjoyed SmackDown, but Jesus bloody Christ. I know they're trying to use James Ellsworth to change it up a little bit, but seriously? And I don't like that James Ellsworth has got 2 victories over AJ Styles. I know it's trying to do it in a funny way, but AJ Styles is an amazing athlete, and I think it weakens him. But it ended up with AJ Styles throwing James Ellsworth over the table, which caused a distraction, and managed to give Dean Ambrose the upper hand. And that's about it. That's about it about the show. But I'm just going to Google double check so I don't mess up the Survivor Series teams. But I just want to see. So then I can I want to do sort of comparison. If this Google's being gay today, sorry fans, I'm trying to get everything sorted. Oh God, why has it copied all that? I didn't realise the show was going to go so quickly. You know, I wasn't. But one thing I'm surprised about is I'm guessing with Survivor Series, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar is going to be the main event, which I can't really understand because if they're doing that for Raw, shouldn't SmackDown have a main event? But yeah. Right, so let's go through the tag teams. We know Raw has only got the New Day so far, where SmackDown have got Heath Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, American Alpha, the Usos, and one to be announced. Now, with the tag teams they've got on Raw, I'm guessing it's probably going to be Enzo and Kaz. Can't think of other tag teams. My mind has just gone blank on me. For goddamn sake. I've said Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson and Enzo and Kaz. I can't really think of Raw tag teams because Raw's so bad. Well, has been so bad. But anyway, yeah. Let's move on to the women's. You know, we've got most of the women's. On the women's one, we've got on the SmackDown team is Nikki Bella, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and Naomi. Raw, we've got Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax, and two to be announced. Now, with Nia Jax being in the Raw team, it makes me think, yeah, that's going to be Raw winning that. But so far, with the way teams are being announced, it does look like Raw may win it. But, you know, we've got the full list on the SmackDown men's is Randy Orton, Baron Corbin, and I can't work out why Baron Corbin would be in that. You know, I'd rather see John Cena come back. I know people are going to say, "Oh no, not John," but for this to to beat Raw, I'd have had John Cena in it. But that's just me. We saw Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles. Right, and then let's look at the Raw one. We got Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and you know the one to be announced would probably be Seth Rollins. On paper, Raw looks better, but it's going to be depending how they play it all out. I was hoping that there was going to be another match where after this, where there would be a double main event where Raw has theirs with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, and then SmackDown has their version of it. You know, it would have been nice to see The Undertaker come back and have The Undertaker versus someone at Survivor Series, just to hype SmackDown up a little bit on it, but we know their booking's not that clever. You know, the past speaks for itself. I'm trying to think of anything else is there to talk about, really, about SmackDown. Don't think it was as a good show as previous weeks. You know, some bits were a bit predictable. I don't know if... I'm trying to be positive. But, yeah. I'd say SmackDown was down compared to last week. Because SmackDown's been on a steady slope of being good, and now it just felt like it's gone down a little bit. So I'm still going to hope it's going to be better. You know. But I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else for me to cover on SmackDown. I will be back on air on Monday with TNA show review, and also I'll bring, and if there's any more news that comes out about the lawsuit with Corbin or the Fight Network, I will cover all that on Monday. I just want to say a big thanks to everybody that's listening and everybody that's watching on... If you're listening on Mixlr, thanks for listening. If you're watching on Facebook, thanks for watching. Don't forget, even though if this video's not live anymore, you can still comment, because I still read comments and I reply to a lot of them. Also, if you've got any ideas to improve the show, post on here as well. And we've also started up a secondary group called Pro Wrestling City, which we sponsor, and it's a place to talk about anything wrestling. Talk about anything you want to do with wrestling in there. Just put that in the search bar, Pro Wrestling City. Yeah, and that's it. So big thanks to everybody that's listening, and we'll see you Monday.